Hello my friends, welcome to my channel. If you are a returning visitor, welcome back and thank you. I thought I would share with everyone a project that I am working on for my little girl's birthday party. She is 8, going on 9, and we are having a Harry Potter themed birthday party, which I'm super excited about. I have been really busy making tons of just personalized gifts for the kids who attend her party. I'm a big fan of goodie bags, I really am, but I am not a fan of those standard goodie bags filled with just, quite frankly, junk that the kids don't use. So I like to make goodie bags filled with items that the kids can either use for school, because Ella's birthday is in August, September rolling around, the kids are getting ready for school. I know what our district school supply list is because it is posted every year. I always check it out, see what kind of items the kids are going to need for school, and I try to gear the items in the goodie bag towards items they can use for that. But I also want to make it fun. I don't want the kids to get a boring bag of school supplies, right? So I tend to personalize or alter the school supplies a little bit. So for Ella's Harry Potter themed birthday party, one of the things I decided to do was alter a composition notebook. The kids will be using composition notebooks, of course. So I decided to alter the cover of composition notebooks so that they look like the course materials for Harry and crew, or cast and friends, who are attending Hogwarts. They have, every year they have course materials that they have to purchase. I found an Etsy shop, and I will try to link that shop down below. I found an Etsy shop that printed, or they didn't print them, they provided you, it was either a PDF or a JPEG, it was a high quality file of 6 different book covers. So what I did was I had those book covers printed on heavyweight paper. I had mine printed at Staples, so I had it printed on something they call, I think, cover stock, which is heavier than standard printing paper, but not quite as heavy as cardstock. I had all 6 covers printed 4 times so that I can alter several composition notebooks. A lot of kids are going to be attending her party, as you can imagine, right? This Girl Scout troop alone is insane. But once I had the book covers printed on the heavy paper, and the paper was 8.5 by 11 in size, I went in and I trimmed 1/4 of an inch off of each side. I inked the edges of the pages with black soot and vintage photo. Then I rounded the corners just so that it matches the rounded corners on the composition notebook. So really all that's left to do is adhere these pages onto the cover of the composition notebooks, which is a super easy task. The issue for me became glue. I was not going to use a tape runner because that's expensive. I would go through a lot of tape, and if you have a tape runner, you know how expensive those refills are. Even if you buy them in bulk, it's pretty pricey. I thought I would use a spray adhesive, which I have used in the past, and it worked okay. I think it was just the particular brand I was using that kind of put me off to spray adhesive, because I did a little bit of research this time, and I found this Eileen's Fast Grab Tacky Spray, and it is awesome. So far, it is not causing any of my pages to warp or to become deformed in any way, and it's not leaving a heavy chemical odor, which was my biggest concern. I did not want a chemical odor to these books because these are for kids, and just, it's off-putting. Nobody wants something that smells like dirty socks, or even worse, right? So, I thought I would share with you the final 4 books and how I go about in putting it together, and hopefully you'll be inspired. So let me share with you what I have so far. So here's my composition notebook. Here is my cover page. So super simple, and I'm going to stand up so that I can do this properly. Super simple. What you need to do is, and I didn't spray the composition book because the paper itself is sized just a tiny bit smaller. See that? Tiny bit smaller than the composition book. So if I spray the cover of the book, there's going to be some exposed areas that nothing is adhering to, and my luck, either dust, dirt, or cat hair will adhere to it while it's drying, and I was not going to risk that. So what I'm doing is I'm spraying the adhesive onto the cover itself. I'm using a piece of just throwaway paper to protect my table, which, by the way, I've already ruined and I have to fix before my husband before he sees what I did. He might get a tiny bit upset because the table's a little sticky. But a quick little spray, not much, a little goes a long way. Then what I did was I lined up the edge of the cover with the edge of the composition notebook, leaving just a tiny bit of a border. That way I know for sure it's going to fit perfectly. I don't mind if a lot of the black spine is exposed because it's black and it doesn't make a world of difference, but I try to cover as much of the cover as I can. So super easy. Check that out. Doesn't that look awesome? So I told you, don't blink, because if you blink, you'll miss it. Let's do another one. And like I said, what I love about this, really love about this, is that it's super easy and the adhesive does not warp my paper in any way. You just need a super thin layer, nothing thick, nothing heavy. I think the weight of the paper also makes a difference. I think if you used regular print paper, you might get a little warping, maybe. I'm not sure. That's just me speculating. Okay. I think this, what they call cover stock, and she did tell me the weight of it, and I forgot what she said, so I apologize for that. But it's somewhere in between. It's heavier than regular paper and not quite as thick or heavy as cardstock, is how she described it, which is a perfect description. It was easy to cut. I cut it using my paper trim, and like I said, I printed it on 8.5 by 11 size paper. I cut 1/4 inch on each side, inked the edges, rounded the corners, and look at these awesome little spell books. This adhesive I found at Michael's, and I used a 55% off coupon from AC Moore. So I'm sure you all know this, but sometimes, I guess it depends on their mood, Michael's will honor competitor coupons, and I had a 55% off AC Moore coupon. AC Moore is a little out of the way for me to get to. Michael's is much closer, so I thought I would go to Michael's, ask them if they would honor the entire 55%, not 50%, but 55%, and they did. So normally this is, I think, 11 and change, and I got it for, like, you know, a little more than half off. So super good deal, and I'm very, very happy. Works really, really well. You get an instant adhesion, so no complaints there. So this is what I made. This one is the Standard Book of Spells, Year 1. How cute is that? I made 4 of those. Then I have 1,000 Magical Herbs and Fungi. Super cute, right? 4 of those. I pretty much did 4 of each cover. Then I have a collection of magical drafts and potions. Awesome. So what I did for each different cover is I used a different color composition notebook so that all the books don't look exactly the same. Here is a beginner's guide to Transfiguration, my favorite reading material, of course. And here we have The Dark Forces, a guide to self-protection. So fun. And then finally we have Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Awesome. Super excited with the way these turned out. And I hope you enjoyed the project. I will be sharing other projects as I do them. I have bookmarks that I made. I already made them and I didn't film it. I know, silly girl. But I still have a tassel and charm to attach to them. And I will explain the process up to the point where I made them. And then you will see the actual process of me attaching the charms on them. So there you have it, my friends. Thank you so much for visiting, and I hope you visit again. Until next time, bye bye.